Just a reminder, in 2018, we put out a report regarding arsenic emissions from the CCR copper refinery in the East End that showed that arsenic levels in the air were above the norm, the provincial norm that we used as a reference for protecting people's health. And so at the time, we recommended, amongst other things, that measuring stations be put in place so that we could better understand the levels of arsenic in the air and understand also the impacts of the investments and the measures that the company took in order to reduce their emissions. So today we're presenting the results of our analysis of the measures from 2019, which show that arsenic emissions have decreased in the sector in question. So we have 3 measuring stations that have been in place for the last year and a half, and based on the analysis of data from 2019, we see that emissions have decreased compared to what we had prior to 2018. That being said, levels at 2 of the 3 stations are still above that provincial norm that we are using as a reference for protection of people's health. And so what that indicates to us is that despite the efforts that CCR has undertaken and despite the improvements that we've seen, there's still work to be done. And so our recommendations today are directed at a number of actors that have to come together to help improve the situation and bring down those levels and help protect the health of the population. So in the short term, we want CCR to maintain their capacity at those measuring stations to measure arsenic and other metals over the year to come so that we can make sure that the progress that has been achieved is maintained and that the levels continue to go down. Our second set of recommendations is directed at the City of Montreal, and we're really happy to have them with us here today. And what we want is in the long term for the measuring stations in the East End, for the capacity to measure arsenic and other metals in the air to be integrated into the public surveillance system so that the population can also have access to those data and see how things are going and better understand air quality in their part of the city.